Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I hope y'all are well. Welcome to Be the Change, Change the World, where the initiative is whenever you change yourself, those around you will reflect that change eventually. And so whenever one person changes, the people around you are forced to either change or repel from you. So that's a topic for another day, but it's in general how it works. But anyhow, before I get started with my message for today, I just want to apologize for the noise outside. There's construction going on very close by my home, and it's loud. So hopefully it's not too distracting. So today's message I have set aside is on sacred sexual energy exchange. I did want to bring this message last week, but last week was my birthday. And the video that I put out last week, I actually did put that out on my birthday. But needless to say, my birthday week was pretty busy. So here it is. So like I have stated before in previous videos, what I do is I write everything about the topic down previously so that I say everything that I need to say in the interest of time to keep these videos short, because anybody who knows me and knows my style of doing it off the top of my head, I can ramble for too long. And everyone's time is important. Yours and mine. So let's go ahead and get started. We share energy in various ways in our daily life. A look of recognition, a conversation, a hug, a kiss, etc., depending on how close that person may or may not be to us, is all but the small but not insignificant ways that we share energy with each other. It's a lot of little energy that builds up off of itself that creates different and varying situations in our lives, as those around us are responding to the energy exchange. A smile, a greeting, shaking hands, and fist bumping are also forms of energy exchange that we share with others. Energy exchange is not to be taken lightly. People can knowingly or unknowingly pass negative spiritual energy or even demons back and forth to each other. The highest and most sacred form of energy exchange is sex, and it is supposed to be sacred and treated as such because it's very intimate and designed to be sacred. Sexual energy exchange, not distorted, perverted. It got distorted, perverted, and dismantled over many, many, many generations through our individualized sexual programming that we learned and subconsciously adopted from our upbringing, from those in our environments. So what that means is you learned your attitude about sex from your upbringing, how you saw others engage in it or didn't, if it was repressed or accepted. You learn that from your parents, your siblings, your family, the people around you when you were growing up. Some are conditioned to believe that it's bad and should be avoided, while others are conditioned to believe that it's no big deal. So we have too many people being cavalier about their sexual energy, which is a majority of people. I used to be one of those people until I learned about how serious the spiritual aspect of sex really was. So, for example, if you've had sex with, let's say, 10 to 15 people in your life, and you haven't cut those etherical cords, and if we don't know, we haven't done that, you're still unconsciously sharing energy with them, whether you're in contact with them or not. So You could have had sex with somebody whenever you were a teenager, and then you lost contact with them. You're still sharing energy with them. You're still sharing their energy, everyone that they've had sex with up until you, and their karma, and the people that they've had sex with karma with you. Even if the sex wasn't consensual, so even if it was the R word, those etherical cords are still there. And you're still exchanging energy with that person. You're still sharing karma. You're still sharing energy. And most of it's negative. Those cords need to be severed as well, because you're still spiritually attached to them. And especially if they're toxic, you're sharing toxic energy back and forth between y'all. And most people are toxic in some ways, and some people are more toxic than others. So as you can see, that negative energy accumulation and the negative karma buildup is very real. And it affects us constantly, daily, over time. As long as those etherical cords are still intact, they're sharing energy. And that energy is not for anyone's highest good most of the time. So you're also taking on each of their karma as additional karmic weight to your spiritual body. And everyone that they've ever had sex with before you, you're also sharing in their energy and karma, as I explained before. So as you can see, this can very easily multiply and build up. And it directly negatively affects you over time. And the longer that time passes, the older that you get, this will affect you in a myriad of ways. And by the time it's been going on for years and years, it's affecting your health. So one way we can really protect our health is by severing all of these cords that we have created with other people through sex. Because that karmic load is too heavy for anyone to be bearing. So the idea of all of this is the less people that are feeding off of your energy is best. If you're single, you don't need anyone feeding off of your energy. You need that for yourself to maintain balance and your overall health, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. These sacred unions are for us to enjoy and prosper with us as long as we remain in the highest vibration of unconditional love and not try to control each other, and to be ourselves freely without any fear. So as I've been saying, it's important to have your spiritual hygiene handled and maintained. Our human bodies are so sensitive to so many different things. They are either sensitive because they've always naturally been, because you've always been a naturally sensitive person, and it could be both, from traumatic experiences. It gives people triggered behaviors that work for a while to cope with certain challenges of life. But as time goes on in our lives, the more these triggered learned behaviors stop working, and we're not in a state of peace. If our bodies aren't feeling peace, then there is a lot that needs to be released. Old emotions, guilt, shame, blame, projections, illusions. All of these things and more damage us as humans and serve as spiritual, mental, emotional, financial, and physical weight, burdens for us to carry. Some people unfairly dump these karmic energies and their karma onto others. Negative energies, Some people unfairly dump these energies, these negative energies, and their karma onto others. Some are aware and deny that they do this, and others are completely oblivious that they're unfairly trauma dumping on others in an attempt to lighten their spiritual load. We don't have to accept any of it. It's not ours to carry. Just give it back to God, and God will do what He will with that foreign energy and karma. Archangel Michael can do this as well. So with thinking about overall physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, and financial health, both partners need to detoxify and cleanse spiritually of all others' energy and their karma, to release and forgive all energies from our past, present, and future timelines in order to come together in sacred sexual union of the highest vibrational energy. So this is for y'all in existing relationships. It's important for both people on both sides to be doing this spiritual cleansing activity so that you're only sharing energy with each other. Promiscuity is just gross. It accumulates so much unneeded, unhealthy, and very much challenging blocked energies within you and around you. So why carry all of this foreign energy that's just weighing you down? Stop engaging in promiscuity if you are, and purify yourself so your energy will be pure. When you stop engaging in low vibrational sexual addictions and codependencies. I'm going to stop there because that goes into codependence. And that's a separate subject in itself. So in the interest of keeping this video short, this is where I will stop this video and I will go into codependency. It probably will touch a little bit on sex because sex is such an integral part of codependency. But it doesn't have to be. But anyhow, I hope that this information benefits you. I hope that this information gives you a higher perspective on what sex is and how it should be treated and how it should be approached so that we can all live healthier lives. And whenever we're living healthier lives, we're happier, we're healthier, we're free. We don't have that weight bearing down on us anymore, because that's where the massive amount of our physical burden weight, like we all have a mass, but we have a spiritual weight that makes us heavier, and we don't need to have that. Because this is all other people's energy. Let people carry their own energy. So it took me a very long time to realize that other people's energy was weighing me down. And whenever I severed all of those cords, you wouldn't believe how much happier and how freeing that was. But also, what's even more unbelievable than the initial feeling of that is over time how your body heals itself, how your mind heals itself, how your emotions are much more balanced. And we live in a world where health is not really valued anymore. And health is the most important thing that we could ever hope for and achieve for, because if we're not healthy, we can't do anything that's worth doing. We don't have energy, we don't have stamina, we don't have fortitude. And when you don't have those things, you're extremely unbalanced, and over time, it will disable you. It'll stop you from being able to have healthy, meaningful relationships. And going past that, it'll affect your physical health. And your mental health is gone by then. So I'll leave it there. And I just, and if you have, the need to spiritually cleanse and purify yourself, refer to my previous video about forgiveness and cord cutting, and that will help you be able to move forward with your life in a more positive and meaningful way. The first step towards health and wellness is that, especially if you've lived a life living freely with your sexual energy, as most of us have. So I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Oh, and if this information, if it benefits you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe, because I know my channel is young, but that doesn't mean that my information is insignificant. Everyone needs this information. It's beneficial for all, but it all depends on, what people are willing to do with the information. So that is my hope and prayer, that anyone who watches these videos gathers this information. They just feel the need to start being healthier in all the aspects of their life, by just doing some simple practices. They don't even take very long to do. And then you only have to do it once, unless you continue, having sex with people that, they're not lasting partners. Then you would still have to be breaking those cords. But if you're ready to live your life in a more meaningful and positive way, there's really just no excuse for not trying this, because it will benefit all who do something about it sooner than later. And those who have already had it affecting their health will start to see a difference over time and immediately. So thank you so much, and I appreciate everyone getting these videos out there. And you'll just have no one else to thank but yourselves for actually doing the work for yourselves. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you.